The aim of the student project was to decipher the field notes and observations of Thomas Mitchell, later Sir Thomas Mitchell, when he performed a survey in Newcastle in 1828.
Moving into Thomas Mitchell's field notes were the sketches he produced of Newcastle illustrating the landscape and prominent features from two separate locations. One being Signal Hill, currently known as Fort Scratchley, and two, Prospect Hill, currently the location of the obelisk. This particular sketch that Mitchell produced is looking towards Prospect Hill and the shoreline of Newcastle Harbour. The illustration shows the extraordinary amount of detail Thomas displayed in sketching each prominent feature he observed. As can be seen, the features are also labelled alphabetically and numerically. Some of the features Thomas identified included Point I, an old flagstaff. This is currently located at Fletcher Park in Skate Ramp. Point M, the pre-renovated Christchurch Cathedral. And Point O, the end of a wooden jetty, which is currently the roundabout at Wharf Road and Watch Street. Also, Point G, the windmill, currently the obelisk, is an important feature illustrated by Mitchell, as this is the location of his second station. It is also the location of where he produced the next one of his sketches. Mitchell is currently standing at Point G, with the sketch shown looking towards Signal Hill. Again, the level of detail expressed by Thomas is significant and evident from his sketches. Newcastle Harbour, Stockton and Nobbies have been illustrated, along with the previously identified features that were referred to in his first sketch. Points M, O and I, along with reference made to the location of his first station, being where he produced the previous sketch from. Also into Thomas Mitchell's field notes were 2 pages of angular measurements observed to each prominent feature he identified and labelled alphabetically and numerically in his previous sketches. At first, the ambiguous method used by Mitchell in booking his angular measurements between each prominent feature is unclear. However, with the aid of his sketches and investigations into what Mitchell was observing, the technique applied by Thomas could be understood. The far left column shows Mitchell's first set of angular observations, where he has set 0 degrees as a backside to point M, the church cathedral, then measured the angles to each features in anti-clockwise direction from the church. This method has been used throughout his observations, where backsides have been set and the angles to each feature measured either in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction from 0 degrees reference. As can be seen, where he has measured M with N, reading an angle of 3 degrees 43 minutes in the clockwise direction. The page of observations also displays the numerous stations Thomas Mitchell used in measuring the angles between these prominent features. The station at Bonfire in Newcastle was Thomas's first station, and station 3, point 10, his third station position. He continues to position stations around Newcastle with a total of 15, allowing Mitchell to re-observe the majority of the identified features that he previously cited to him. This provided an accuracy determination of his observations, with multiple readings allowing an error to be calculated from their differences. Vertical angles were also observed by Thomas, with 6 sets of measurements to both 40-foot and 30-foot flagstaffs that stood atop of Signal Hill in 1828.
Armstrong's 1830 plan of Newcastle was orientated within AutoCAD by adopting a couple of points on the plan. It was then scaled and orientated to be on a current MGA coordinate system. The points used to fix the plan were the northwestern corner of the burial ground and the northwest corner of the Great Northern Hotel, which was known as Ship Inn in 1830. This process of fixing Armstrong's plan had already been completed in a previous student project completed by John Wilson and Alex Widgery in 2006.
The accuracy of all the alphabetical, numerical and descriptive points Mitchell observed were then checked for their accuracy, with the intersection of 2 observation lines to the one observed feature, creating a point, and a third line, allowing an accuracy check on that point. Now, when considering the majority of Mitchell's observation lines are approximately 1,000 metres, and the accuracy of reading Mitchell's theodolite to be in the order of 5 minutes, the features could best be observed to an accuracy of plus or minus 1.5 metres, proving his results to be remarkable. Having coordinated all possible stations and points Mitchell observed onto the Armstrong plan, a current MGA coordinated aerial photograph of Newcastle was used to identify where each of these stations and points were located today. Now, shown here firstly are the 3 stations named by Mitchell that were located at Signal Hill, with station at Bonfire, Mitchell's first station, stationed at 1 at Point G, his 5th station, and stationed at point X, Mitchell's 6th survey station. As shown in the current aerial photograph, each is located around the port scratch to the right. Mitchell continued to position and name stations around Newcastle, with Station 3 at point 10, currently the intersection of Watt and Reserve Roads. Station 10 at the dial in centre of 2 Principal Crop Street, currently the intersection of Watt and Church Street, and Station 11 at point I, which is located at Fletcher Park. During Mitchell's horizontal angular measurements to prominent features in Newcastle, he observed vertical angles or elevations to both the 40-foot and 30-foot flagstaffs or masts. Investigation proved that Mitchell had measured the angles between the top and bottom of both flagstaffs. As a result of the large distance between each station and both masts, it was sufficient to say that each station was at right angles to the base of the flagstaffs. Therefore, simple trigonometry could then be applied. In relation to the difference between the true angle that should have been measured by Mitchell and the elevation angle observed, the results show that Mitchell was close to the true angle, with the greatest difference being 2 minutes. Considering the accuracy of Mitchell's theodolite, the actual vertical angle measured was very impressive for 1828.
With the method proved to work, it was now possible to determine the accuracy of Mitchell's sketches. The first step was to import Mitchell's sketches as a raster image into AutoCAD. The points on these sketches were projected vertically down to the base of the image, as can be seen in blue. With these lines projected, the relative positions at the base of the image could be found to perform a resection. The projected points used within the resection allowed the point of observation to be calculated, and the radiations that were previously entered into AutoCAD were copied, then rotated and shifted to be projected from the calculated observation point to the base of the image, which is illustrated in red. The lines that were projected to the base of the image were then also projected to the observation point. With these lines both projecting to the observation point, angular differences were observed and recorded. The angular differences across the entire image were averaged, and the points that were well outside the mean of the observations were removed from the calculation of accuracy. Accuracies obtained from Mitchell's sketches are remarkable, as they are simply sketches for his field notes. An accuracy of up to 37 minutes was achieved, and 37 minutes represents a scale accuracy of 1 in 100, meaning at 100 metres distance, 37 minutes subtends a distance of approximately 1 metre. So therefore, on the image on an A4 size sheet of paper would only subtend a distance of 2 millimetres. The method used to determine the accuracy of Mitchell's field note sketches was then applied to an early painting of Newcastle. A painting by artist Joseph Cross was examined. It was titled A View from Kingstown, Lake Newcastle, and dated 1st of August 1828. Joseph Cross was an engraver, and one of his well-known workings is a map of the Hunter River district showing parish and county boundaries, towns, tracks, churches, farmhouses, coal mines, with some description of topography. This painting of Newcastle was used due to the time of its creation, as it was very close to the time that Mitchell completed his survey of Newcastle. The painting is also observed from nearly the exact same position as where one of Mitchell's setups was located, the government being the government flower mill, which is now the location of the obelisk. This location was required to enable the determination of its accuracy as compared to Mitchell's sketches. The procedure for determining the accuracy is the same as the previously described methods. Common points between Cross's painting and Mitchell's sketch had to be used so that angular observations are observed to the points over Cross's painting. Mitchell's field note sketches, when compared with Joseph Cross's painting, showed similar accuracies, with Cross's painting achieving an accuracy of approximately 36 minutes, representing the same scale accuracy of 1 in 100. In my opinion, it is believed that the accuracy of Mitchell's field note sketches is one of higher accuracy than Cross's painting. I base this conclusion on the fact that Mitchell's accuracy could be tested right across his field notes, not only just in the centre as per Cross's painting. It has also been shown that the accuracy of both the field note sketches by Mitchell and the painting by Cross are of extremely high accuracy, demonstrating that both were very talented artists. That's it. Thank you.